Hello everyone, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 5th edition. We've been working our way through the Underdark here, and there is the Great Big Wizard's Tower, and there's also the area with the spectator that ambushes you, but I'm not all that worried about doing those, so I'm wondering if we should just take our good long rest here while we are, and get on the boat and go on our merry way while we're nice and strong. So, how about we do that? So, we're going to wander through here, past all these corpses, and we have this boat next to this giant skull. Imagine if you could raise dead on that. Actually, whilst we're around a bunch of corpses, Shadow Heart, Cleric Spells, Animate Dead, level 3 necromancy spell. Animate a corpse to create an undead servant while not in combat. The target must be a medium or smaller corpse. Level 3 spell slot. A skeleton or a zombie. Target must be a medium or small corpse. Shall we make a skeleton out of this Dwergar? So, skeleton, what can you do? Unarmed strike, makeshift bow, dash, unarmed strike, dismiss summon, disengage, and attack of opportunity. Alright, they're just gonna come along our journey with us for a little while. Let's also take our conjured imp, make them invisible. Oh, that's right, let's hide. Invisible. Good.
Is that blood?
And then
Never mind. No time to rest.
Let's get on the double-hulled skiff, shall we?
A vessel wobbles on the lake's murky waters.
Sail into the darkness. I'm wondering if we'll be able to get by because we have those boots and we know they were looking for those boots. We'll see how this goes. Hello. There's a fireball waiting to happen though, isn't it?
Tiefling, what are you doing on Gek's raft?
Oh, you're on our raft now. Okay.
Where's Gek? Who are you?
Right. I seek the sergeant. I believe he's keen to get these boots back. Let's go with that.
Well, I'll be. You got them? The sergeant's been whining non-stop. What about Gek? Where's he at?
He stayed behind to tie up the loose ends.
More like avoiding the sergeant, I reckon. Come on, let's get you to shore. You're the one telling the sergeant what happened. The rest of you, keep patrolling. I'll be heading back with this one.
You continue forward in silence until the lights of a camp twinkle through the murk.
Alright then. We make it to Grimforge. Us and our imp and our skeleton. So we can go back on the boat if we want to. Not that we really want to right now.
Looking ahead.
Otherwise, let's keep moving, I guess.
Need to find a way forward.
So welcome to Grimforge. There is a lot to do around here. I'm gonna sneeze. Four sneezes. Here is an ancient rune circle we can use to fast travel if we are inclined to do so, or I can long rest in my way of doing things. Otherwise, we just have all of the Grimforge ahead of us. So, Where do we want to go first?
What's a fort like this doing in the Underdark?
I mean, if they don't think this is stealing,
Whoever built it,
I will
they
take it.
lived for ages.
Where are you going? Hello.
How peculiar. Smooth face, cobbled edges. They're a sign. They must be. A sun dweller in these parts. Look here, my topside friend. I need fresh eyes, and I doubt I'll find fresher.
What are we looking at?
The rock, the rubble, all of it, if I may be so bold. Take a look. Tell me what you see, and be thorough.
We've got history, investigation, or perception. Not our strongest. Right, I'm going to go against my standard here and say he would actually be grateful for us making a better check on this occasion. So I'm going to stick some guidance in because it's non-hostile interaction. We get there anyhow.
Several glassy stones stand out in the debris. Their borders are coated with tiny yellow crystals. The hottest of flames smoothed the stone and left sulfuric crystals behind. The fires of the hells have touched Grimforge.
We can investigate the rest as well. Go on then. DC 10s again. We get there with guidance.
The statue's meandering curves and golden edges stand out against the weathered masonry behind it. Two styles, two eras. The statue was carved from newer stone and erected by latecomers to this ancient fortress.
That's not a pleasant noise.
Standing out.
Let's examine the fallen rubble as well. Oh dear. We have loads of inspiration. We do. I want to go 3 for 3 here, see what happens. Ah, come on, guidance. You can do better. Alright, we're not going to use all of them, but I'll go one more. Oh, come on. One more. One more. Thank you.
Boulders and stone bricks of various sizes clutter the corridor. Many split cleanly in two, yet some walls remain fully intact. No quake brought these rocks down. They were smashed through in an instant. Something big charged through here. Something very big.
Well, there's something we haven't fought yet. Here's my report.
Incredible. An entire history risen from dirt and debris. Picture it. An ancient city, hewn from the stone by disciples of Shah, later abandoned. Untold centuries later, a new tribe revives it. Fresh walls, fresh sculptures. Until a great hell beast charges through, toppling the walls and crushing the people. That explains the infernal plate I found. Perhaps you might have use of it.
Oh?
But my work has only begun. There is more still to find. I must get to it.
What's an infernal plate? I'd like to trade.
Well, let's see what you've got.
Oh. Received infernal alloy. Interesting. Right. We must have heaps that we can get rid of here. I would love an extra scroll of shatter. An extra scroll of sleep would be fine. Camp supplies, fire resistance. We might want a couple of those. Kill giant strength, animal speaking. All kinds of stuff that we would be very well to have around these parts. But we've got loads of fire resistance. We've got a hill giant strength. I think we have animal speaking somewhere. We should make a decision on some of this equipment because Lord knows I don't need all of it. I'm not going to use this. All that. We got a bunch of regular jewellery here. Resistance to cold damage. We can get rid of that. Fog cloud. I don't need. Grease I might want. And I'll take all the tools as well. Dancing lights we don't need. Wrath I'm not that worried about. Staff of the Moon Maiden. Gone. Bull's arms are hilarious. Alright, let's get rid of that. One of us should be wearing Crush's ring, especially Leo, who can now close in on people much more quickly. Alright, good.
That's all then.
Cheers. Show me that alloy again. Show by latest. The ridges in this metal glow faintly, drawing your gaze. The longer you watch its hellish pulsations, the harder it is to remember who and where you are. Drop, throw, items, add to wares. I assume that's some kind of quest item, but I know nothing of it. Always read the plaque.
Come into her shadow. Let all that is past be forgotten.
Alright then. We will keep moving. And here we have some friendly creatures. Potion of animal speaking would do me wonders here. Sort by type. Antidote, antidote, antidote. Poisons, Dwergar antidote. Hill giant strength. Potion of animal speaking. Drink.
Tired. Sleep. Rest, little one. But do not take long. I feel his shadow. I heard his name whispered. The rock shivers from the sound. The Ketheric Thorm.
Ketheric Thorm, a familiar name. Halsin mentioned his stronghold deep underground.
The Dark Justicar.
Mighty elf, cloaked in darkness. 10 masters ago, and 10 more. But I remember. There was the work, and the blood. There was the Thorm's army. There was the Hellbeast that broke them. The Ketheric Thorm's name faded into stone. Until the Near came.
A hellbeast like me with horns?
No. Bigger. Angrier.
The devil?
I saw tusks and flesh. Smelled fire and eggs. It came with the masked men. Crashing and smashing.
How old are you exactly?
I outlived my mother, and her mother's mother, and many mothers beyond. Blessed to see many live, cursed to see many die.
And what is Near having to do with Ketheric?
I know not, so I say not. Yet I hear his name again, said by the shadows.
Alright then, good knowledge. I've just remembered something. Oh, is this a party for us? Stonemason.
I'll give you one thing. You've got a keen eye. Even Zhargs have their uses.
Where was the guy we spoke to?
The past is nearer than we think. We simply must dig.
I want this elixir of hill giant strength for something later. But that's by the by. Okay, we're going to waltz past this sleeping lot and come across these corpses. Dark Justicar armor. Medium 13 AC. Not armor that we need. Night Singer's reply. While obscured by shadow, the wearer deals 1d4 necrotic damage to attackers that hit them with a melee attack. I mean, it's not bad, but we are quite encumbered at the moment. Cycle 40. I know it is forbidden to enter the Inquisitor's chambers, but I could not help myself. Has Master Ketheric not commanded us to use every possible tool to best Shah's rivals? Besides, if Sybil meant to keep the amulet a secret, she would have hidden it better. Cycle 40 and 2. The amulet has gifted me a power, an energy heretofore unknown to me. I've never known such might and such cheer. I can barely keep myself from smiling, much to the other's chagrin. Cycle 45. It is done. Thank the Dark Lady. Sybil ripped the amulet from my throat and cast it into the lava, having found me racked by laughter. The madness is lifted, but I do not yet know my penance. Sybil is not known to take pity on thieves.
As
Curious.
you look at the skeletons, you realize they are all clad in the same dark armor.
Dark Justicia uniforms. These were Shah worshippers. Her most elite warriors. Curious.
Whatever killed them made a powerful enemy of a powerful goddess.
Still, if whatever managed to murder a group of Sharans is still around, we had better watch our step.
One thing.
Well, they only had 14 HP. At least those skeletons did. More armor. Another potion of animal speaking. I want to be going up. So we're going to come round here. And we're going to have a little interaction with these folks.
You, grab a cane and whip these Drugnin beasts into shape. That rubble needs clearing, and my patience is hanging on by an arse whisker.
I'm just going to leave.
Look at them, all that brawn and they're trembling like heat.
And then... Oh god. Are you mad at us? I wanted to thunder wave them off the cliff, but now they've all moved into different corners. Now, our potion of Speak with Animals lasts until the end of a long rest, so...
Don't like it here. Grey ones hurt hide.
Alright then, let's see what we can do about that. Novice of the Absolute. Morgra. Are they freaked out by my skeleton? Is that it? Gale. I would like you. Ah.
Oh, I have the magic touch.
Gale, I would like you to stand there. And thunderwave these two if you might help. Bye. We've angered the deep growths. That was not my intention. We are just going to go after Grundrill first.
Cutting to the chase.
Let's go with a first level smite. Second attack. Don't react on that one. Get out of the way slightly.
Death is but a word away.
Gale. We will take a first level magic missile.
Torment!
can we resolve this in some other way now? Damn, I should have spoken to the other one first, I guess. I'm going to disengage. Jump up here. We're going to start moving away. You can dash, Mr. Bones. Shadowheart. A simple hop up here. And move through. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to move far enough to get this off our back, but we will try. If we get far enough away, combat may stop. Because they're angry now.
Don't waste a step.
So we're going to just try and move away, because we would love to befriend these guys in a minute, but evidently I spoke to the wrong one.
One can't always be a gentleman.
Disengage, or we could just misty step away. Let's disengage. We can get past the skeleton. Then perhaps we'll be okay. You are dashing. You do not seem to care about the skeleton. It's its own problem. The other possibility is that we anger these ones down here as well. But time will tell. Yeah, I expected that much. I'm just going to leave you at the closest to the back.
Onward.
Dashing, dashing, good. Yeah, these ones aren't going to be mad, I hope.
Can't slow down.
We have extra movement speed because we finally put that ring on. I really just don't want to murder stuff I don't have to murder right now.
Pawn to cleric 4.
Pawn to cleric 4? What kind of chess are you playing?
Making my move.
Skeleton doing its job. Gonna leave you there. Shadowheart, keep moving. Dashing. It's not quite what I had in mind for this, but you know, we have to take the swings and the punches as they come. Oh, it was disengage, not dash. Numpty. Right, we're getting a decent ways away. No idea how this is going to end, though, when the new other NPCs rock up, you know?
On my way.
This again.
Yes, this again.
Good. That helps us.
One day I'll catch a break.
One day, but not right now. Okay. Leo got away. That's a good start. Gale up next.
Perhaps.
We'll leave the skeleton behind. Although it's dead now, which is its own problem.
No time to waste.
More dashing. Not disengaging. Shadowheart probably far enough away as well.
No hope.
Who's the statue, you think?
Dashing, dashing. Good.
Perhaps. Why would gnomes make such a thing?
Oh, great. We've just pulled everyone back into the same fight.
You tell me.
It's awkward, isn't it? Oh, jeez. This is not how I wanted this to go.
They didn't live here, though. Steps are too big.
Dash. Try going up. It'd be funny if they couldn't go upstairs. I should have taken the others further away when I had the opportunity to do so.
To press ahead.
We're going to end up right in the spot I don't want to be in as well, aren't we?
With haste.
Could get very awkward. Right, they're running off camera. Will.
2 steps at a time.
Not far enough to break away.
Help me strike true. On I go.
Ironically, if one of us was wearing the boots, we might be able to dash as a bonus action. And have triple movement speed. But these two are very determined. I dislike it.
Drug. The culprits are spreading like
Scrying
flies
eye.
on shit.
Just like the goblins had. No telling who's looking through it. Keep your distance. We don't want more trouble than we can handle.
Yeah, this is going to get awkward, I think. You have a little more movement speed. Gale could probably do with a healing potion or something. He's been gored a couple of times. Just leave us alone, guys. Come on.
Still at it then.
Prick ain't stopped caning those beasts last I saw, and he still ain't broke through.
Heading there.
Well, they still want our boots, so we have a bargaining chip. I don't even see the red dots
And that goes for novices too.
on the map. I don't think these guys will engage us in conversation whilst we're having a fight. Right. You stand over there. Whilst out of combat. Let's hope we can all get there in the next round, because I'd really like this initiative to end. They don't seem to be coming any closer, which is interesting. We might be about to break this awkward cycle.
Finding my way.
Alright. Will's out.
Need to act fast.
Shadowheart, you're next. It's dumb that we have Potion of Animal Speaking literally active, and they wouldn't just like speak to us during the fight. Rothé. Right, Shadowheart, you're last. Gale's back in.
I'll peel your balls like potatoes if you don't move. And you better
Now we're all back in. What is happening? This is the most awkward thing I've ever seen. Because we've got nowhere to run now. We're out of distance to cover. You know? Oh, jeez.
All doom.
Yeah, they've really covered the distance, haven't they? My next question is, what happens if we engage in combat with those two creatures all the way over here? Because I don't feel like that's going to end well. We can't really do anything about this. I'm not going to steal from that skeleton. We can't sneak back there.
The slowest of you lot is getting tossed to a rope. Back on your feet.
This really is not how I wanted all of this to go. I would love to get all of us onto this little island just to see if they can follow us over the lava. Also, if I could hear less about peeling balls like potatoes, I would be very grateful.
Clean up this mess. Near dies, heads.
There are people cowering on the other side of things. But that might just be because they are slaves, you know?
The slowest of you lot is getting tossed to a Rothé in heat.
Right, so we're just going to hang out on this little separate bit of rock until these guys catch up in some capacity. But I'm so worried that if we attack them, we're going to piss everybody off right now. Will, would you... Oh, we can't summon a familiar outside of combat. Awkward. Be invisible for a while. This one has caught up. No one else seems to be bothered. Fine. Okay, we haven't added everyone else into this fight. Solid miss. Okay. That was incredibly awkward. I apologize for so much faff.
Didn't you hear? Here dies, heads roll. And that goes for novices too.
Alright, well, if we don't have to engage in a conversation here, we simply won't right now. Let's instead have our head over here.
Better find somewhere to camp soon.
Bunch of gold for us, and we're off the beaten path, which is lovely. Up here, we find another corpse. Dark Justicar helm. Attackers can't land critical hits. Standard. Swathed in shadow. While obscured by shadow, the wearer gains +1 saving throws when attacked. Interesting. And a scimitar mold. I'm not going to worry about the molds right now. But I will bring this over. Okay, no, that's wrong. Bring it back and then bring it up so that we can transition from here later on. Right, we'll leave that there. Which one of you is the sergeant? Because the sergeant is the one we're supposed to report the boots to. And I wonder if maybe that will be the thing that we do to try and resolve what's going on. Because we've come this far with it. Some kind of fancy map. Alright, let's get Gale some health. Good. Gale is not who should be doing this jump.
Those pricks will get nowhere with just axes. Things got touched in their head.
Alright, let's go hand these boots back, and if we end up in a giant fight, then so be it. Sergeant Thirin, hello.
Faster! Heat up some rocks! Let's see how the little pricks do when we strap fire to their legs.
Charming. Hell is truly where we make it.
Move, Hoon! I don't have time for Drugnan outsiders.
I've got your boots.
Never thought I'd see these back. Nasty sneak gave even Gick the slip. Crafty little shits, these ones. You need a stiff cane to keep them in line. Here then. His bounty's yours.
Oh.
Now move. I've got no time for...
The parasite stirs, but it's a mere tickle. You hear no thoughts or memories. Just an echo of scars that never healed.
A true soul, eh? Useless wreck of a lookout could have told me. Glad you're here to take responsibility. Tunnels collapsed. Trapped true soul near. He's stuck in there with poisoned geezers. We don't get him out soon, it's both our heads.
Not the head we'd like to see roll, unfortunately.
Wow, Shadowheart really not pulling punches. Alright. Sounds like you have a tough job ahead of you. Better hurry. I'll say I'll take care of it to get out of this conversation.
True souls don't abandon their own.
Oh, hello. Find the missing boots. We can have a robust chain shirt, piercing counter. When the wearer has 50% hit points or less and is damaged by a melee attack, they deal 1d4 piercing damage to the attacker. Or a bracing band. Personal space. After shoving an enemy, the wearer gains +1 to their armor class until their next turn. Interesting. Who's going to wear this in reality? Can we actually check inventories right now? Show equipment of Shadowheart. 14 AC. This is 13 AC. Give me the ring. Thanks for the ring. Alright, well, we've managed to not piss anybody else off. This whole situation didn't go as planned, but join me next time. I think we will be changing how we approach this situation a little bit now the boots situation is dealt with. For now though, thank you very much for watching. If you're enjoying the video, please consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put those down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.